Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. Welcome to this Spring Tournament 2022 Pods race between DeviousRNG and PlebusMaximus32, aka, or formerly known as the Real Super Pleb. I am Hate the 13th, with J-Lo doing tracking tonight, and joined in the booth by the voices in my head. So, yeah. You've all been warned. Currently, we have DeviousRNG, who is at 1-0, and this is Plebus's first match of the pod seed. Runners decided to go for a party draft of 6 members, and it was definitely a thing. They ended up with a choice of 3 fighters, a red mage, a black mage, and a black belt. And yeah, I am not entirely too surprised to see that we have the red mage and black mage selected, and it looks like Plebus is probably just going to be running 3-man once he gets that second fighter killed off. The fighter's blessings are plus 15 luck, plus 20 MDef, minus 20 hit points, so they're going to be a little bit squishier to start, but they're going to be able to run a bit better. Huzzah! The red mage, plus 20 vitality, and the ability to equip the X-Cal right out of the gate. But they're also going to have 20 hit points less, so, you know, until level 2, 3, don't sneeze at him. Black mage got 15 vitality and the ability to use thief swords, which, woo, they can equip a thief-style sword. If it comes down to that, you're in trouble. They also lost the ability to equip pro rings, so there goes the easy death protection. And the black belt got Thor Hammer, plus 30 hit points, but the vitality growth of a black mage, so they're not going to be getting nearly as thick as normal. So DeviousRNG started off with his match against Lord of the Synth yesterday, and did come out on top on that one. So he is 1-0 in his pod, and, well, Lord of the Synth is 0-1 so far. And the other members, well, have not raced yet. So this is going to set the tone for how PlebusMaximus goes, and how Devious handles the rest of this. Does Devious go 2-1, 3-0? Or does he go 1-2? Who knows? I was a little late dropping the gate on the runners because I was distracted by something shiny and making sure that OBS was set up and running, so it's going to be just a slight bit more. About a minute and a half left until the runners get underway. And honestly, it's a little bit strange to notice that neither of the runners are using custom sprites. Just confuses me. It's so weird to see these vanilla sprites. So for those who are not aware, the 2 classes which were not seen, the Thief and the White Mage, were the 2 classes that actually got significant buffs with the flags this year. The White Mage got the White Mage Harm All flag enabled, which means that if a White Mage specifically casts Harm, is going to hurt everything. And the Thief got a plus 80 agility bonus, which means they are nice and dodgy. And Classic Gamer, you don't need to cast Confuse on me. I live my life in a world of confusion. It's an interesting place in my head, sometimes. Sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it's full of caffeine. Alright, and we are off. Alright, diving in, checking out White Magic, and we've got Life at slot 1, level 1, so that's at least learnable by the Red Mages, and we've got Fire 2 and Confusion. Well, and Rub, so, you know, just to be on the safe side. Rapier's plus 4, though. That is definitely a viable weapon for those fighters to be swinging, and actually, if you're really desperate enough, you could even give it to the Black Mage and the Red Mage. Alright, Plebus checking his starting items, finding out, hey, wait, we actually have some tents, great, I don't have to worry about buying anything, I can just go. We do have 2 loose items out in the world somewhere that cannot be in incentivized dungeons, so they're not going to show up in Earth Cave or in Ice or Marsh, but they or in Sky, but they could show up in Volcano, in Sea, in any of the keylock chests, in Toph. Oh my goodness, and an invisible 2 helmet right out the gate. Well, there's your white shirt equivalent. And both runners running into some wolves, and, well, Plebus decided to take him, trying to get a little bit of XP after they ate one of his party members, and Devious just getting away scot-free. And as JLo pointed out, yeah, you got the FFR special, which was kill everything but one and then watch the rest of the team run away. Alright, we've got Garland out. Well, Black Belt doing low-level Black Belt things. 2 hits, 2 damage, but the 2 Fire 2s and the swing by the fighter actually managed to take care of Garland. From the king, we've got the Rod. And the princess gives us a crystal. Wow, it's surprisingly useful from the royals today. It always is a little bit disconcerting when they're actually useful. And Plebus is just having a horrible time getting through Toph right now. I at least remembered to equip that rapier, but he did not manage to get that Invis Helm and then get back out with it. At least I don't believe he did. And Garland is just going, you know what, no, I'm going to delete the fighter that you didn't name dead, because why not? Man, Garland being quite rude to Plebus, but Plebus has dropped him and has, well, Dead and Manu up and running, and he gets his Rod and his Crystal. Oh my goodness. And an Invis 2, oh my gods, and an early Masa +4, and early Canoe. I rolled the seed far too kindly. And Classic Gamer, I very much agree with you. Just leave the dead one dead and, well, keep it rolling. And Classic Gamer, this was one of mine. I mean, we did see, you know, Harm 3, Harm 4 at level 1 white, which, if they had a white mage, would have been great. Too bad white mages don't exist in this seed. Egads, it got 2 Invis 2 items already, though. I feel a little dirty for having rolled something so kind. It's just not right. Alright, and Plebus has grabbed his canoe and the rest of his amazing loot out of Montoya's cave. Devious getting some turn order on the Pyrus, and, well, Fire 2 actually putting in some work. Alright, looks like the pirate was holding on to some jewelry tonight. Or, well, jewelry / Titan food. And let's see what we got at level 2 magic. Level 2, we've got Exit and Heal 2. And I have been joined in the booth by a Sani Wrath. Give me one moment so I can actually make sure y'all can hear him too.
Well, fast also being a very good tool at level 2 black magic.
Yeah, fast and temper both. And welcome, Sani. Thanks for jumping on in. So
No problem.
We can have an actual show as opposed to just me babbling for, you know, however long it takes.
This is true. I noticed you were kind of sitting here by yourself, and I figured, I know it's just starting, I might as well ask if you want any assistance. I noticed we do have a canoe on both of their sides. we've got the rod, Matoya's crystal, and the ruby coming from the pirates, I assume.
Yep, the ruby came from the pirates, the masa came out of Matoya's closet, the canoe came from Matoya, the rod came from the king, and the crystal came from the princess.
Not bad at all. A decent little start here as we see Devious going into the volcano. With the canoe, I like this early play because there are a lot of boxes here that you can check to potentially find one, if not both of your loose, even though we have later loose placement.
Yeah, though, I got a Cure 2 item as well, and they've got, he's got that masa to swing. So, well, never mind. Not swinging it well enough to get through those mud golems.
You can't swing it if you don't get turn order.
Yep.
And those mud golems were hitting pretty hard anyway.
Yeah, they were. It does make potential grind on them a little less appealing right now.
Yeah, that would be a much more risky grind if Devious were to take it, but it looks like we have a bit of route divergence coming in because it looks like PlebusMaximus is heading back over to the left from Provoca.
Probably going to go raid the Dwarven area and, well, not deal with Ice and Volcano at the low levels he's at. I expect him to probably go down to Marsh. Oh my god, a rub shirt as well. Pro rings +4.
Pro ring +4, that's really, really nice to see. And with the heel helm being the Invis 2 helm, that means you're going to have 2 of those in the pool, and that'll allow for faster evasion stacks to be obtained.
Well, yeah, and the Invis 2 stick that came out of Matoya's closet as well. I rolled far too kind of a seed for this one.
I'd say you did, but eh.
2 pro rings in armory, my goodness.
There's going to be something disgusting later. I have a feeling.
I hope. I really hope. Now, one thing that does concern me about Devious jumping into Volcano this early is he's gonna have to have a secondary dip of Volcano, and you never really like doing double dips of any dungeon.
I will agree with you on that one. Doing a double dip of any dungeon just feels terrible.
Ooh. 3 hits, 441 out of that Masa +4, and luckily enough dodges that Mud Goal slap.
Yeah, there was no damage going out from the Muggle slap, but unfortunately the Red Mage does go down now.
That's still,
So Red Mage didn't have the evasion, but that's still a good 1000 EXP going on the other Light Warriors.
Yeah, brings him up to level 6. Hey, we've got Temper at level 3, and Ice 2 at level 3. I've not seen hide nor hair of the level 3 elemental spells, though.
Yeah, I noticed we only had Fire 2 at level 1. Gold Bracelets +1 in the Elfland Armor Shop for 23,000.
A little on the expensive side, but, for what they... Oh, bottle for 48k.
That's a bottle.
Yeah.
That's an expensive bottle.
For that much, that bottle better be coated in gold. Of course, we all know it's not.
I mean, it will be after you buy it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Looking at some red goils. Not hitting too terribly hard. I imagine that's due to the absorb from the pro rings, as they are +4. They have 12 absorb, if I remember correctly.
Something along those lines, yeah. Though that Black Mage not being able to wear a pro ring does suffer a wee bit.
Yeah, that's the only unfortunate circumstance.
That just means his melee classes are, getting that sweet, sweet experience.
And now it's hoping to run away from these, which Devious does.
And he is immediately noping out. Well, he at least got a couple of pro rings out of there. That's about as much as we can say for that.
The pro ring still isn't all that bad. It's decent absorb for right now.
Oh yeah, I'd say it's probably better than decent. I mean, a pro ring +4, that is pretty damn good absorb. But one does not live with pro rings alone.
No. There's always something that you combine with, or that you have in tandem with the pro rings.
Yeah, alright, and as expected, we do see Plebus going down to Marsh Cave. Werewolves with heat. Yeah.
A little spicy.
Yeah. He got a little kick to him. Bam!
No kidding there.
Quake at level 1, or level 6, slot 1.
Good for the Red Mage, but at the same time, Lots of levels needed before getting there. Canal, though, at the Circle of Sages.
Yeah. Sages couldn't have canoe this time, so they decided to take something else waterboard.
It's fitting.
Yep. Alright, looks like Devious is opting to not even bother trying to challenge the ice cave at this low level, which I cannot blame him for. And heading on over to Elfland, whereas Plebus has run into an encounter from the Hall of Giants to get the TNT out of Marsh. Now, does he survive the trip back out?
That's exactly what I was about to ask. It's going to be a terrifying trek out of here for Pleb.
Yep. Oh,
trance.
Scums.
Immediate break from it, though.
And it seems like they're not too trance happy. Oh, there's the cremate though.
Following up trance with cremate, that's a little rude.
Yeah, at least Plebus had the Fire 2 on backup, so he could, do that. Hey, there's that Warp. And Brack.
Warp, Brack, Zap, Quad X at level 4. Level 4 is stacked.
You want your instant death spells? We have them here. Buy instant death spells.
All for a low cost of about 1,000 gold.
Yes. Oh, poison touch on those scums as well. That's unpleasant.
The other problem that Pleb's going to run into is the low stack of heal potions.
Yeah, he's got 30-something left, which, given that it's still fairly early game, I wouldn't expect him to be spending a huge amount of them unless it's like, okay, I've just got to get out of here.
Yeah, that's very true.
And both runners are actually still shipless, so I'm thinking, let me see, Ship is probably going to be in ice or loose in volcano.
Could be behind the TNT.
Oh, true.
Which we saw on Pleb's screen being the item here in Marsh. If it's not on the TNT, there is also the potential of it being behind the crown. I imagine that the crystal has already been turned in.
Yeah, crystal was the canoe.
Okay.
I'm hoping that we see the ship in ice.
I would love to see the ship in ice. That would be just rude as can be.
And those giants just being horrible to Pleb, killing his fighter again, and not letting... My goodness. Once again, the solo black mage is the survivor. It's like, oh, why? Yeah, Pleb is like, I am not going to waste my time trying to get out of here. And those giants are really quite jumpy tonight.
Yeah, it seems like they have high ambush chance, but Devious does make it in there, only losing the red mage, but has no warp charges, which is the only unfortunate thing.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world, but definitely not a situation that you'd like to be in. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's the third Invis 2 item. That's... gods.
I think we're good here.
Yeah. You want evade stacks? We've got evade stacks. Get your evade stacks here. Evade stacks for everyone.
No kidding on that one. They're the spicy werewolves for Devious, as Devious is back to the second floor. Doesn't really have to worry about, or the second basement floor, shall I say. Doesn't have to worry about any of those werewolves until he's back on the overworld.
And Plebus is almost there again, making sure everybody is topped off and jumping in and getting not ambushed.
And got the run.
Nice. Freedom!
And now the moment of truth. I imagine Devious is going to head straight up to Dwarf Cave, and we're going to see if this TNT turns into the ship.
He's doing that save at the crossroads, which I cannot blame him for, because this way if the TNT ends up being, not what he's looking for, i.e. the ship or the floater, he could just reset back and he'll be right, halfway to Elfland.
That's true. This could also be the
Oh,
floater.
Oxyale.
That's important. Not what we want right now, but...
It's necessary. That's all we
So,
can say.
there's only volcano and ice remaining
And the key
on the
locks.
table. And
So,
the key locks.
so if ice has the key, then yeah, then it's just like, congratulations, welcome to the walking trip.
I mean, you could have rolled a very nice seed just for it to take the really nasty turn. And if you did, I like this.
And I think, did I just see that Devious opted not to raise his red mage? Interesting. Given that the red mage has exit at level 2.
I can also see Devious trying to get to level 9 or 10 quicker on the black mage, just to be able to get those warp charges online for the early ice dive.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would definitely make sense.
And the problem that stands right now is the only tiles that we've seen have been not very good tiles.
Yeah. Tiles that just hurt.
Yeah. They hurt a lot. Because we've had the Mudgull tile and we've had the giant iguana tile.
Yeah, like ambushy giant iguana tile, and okay, healed pots are at least for sale in Crescent Lake, because Elfland was straight on out of them. You can also buy a bunch of cheap tents.
Yeah, and picked up a house as well, which I am a fan of, because that's a refresh on your charges if you decide to jump down here and actually find something that you can just grind on for a little while.
Yeah. It also can make it just a bit easier to, well, survive, because, you know, if you've got something that, like, if I can word, like if that red mage suddenly gets level 4 access, or level 4 spells, that's warp charges for him. If you suddenly have the warp charges on that black mage, drop the house, congratulations, you're good to go.
Oh, there goes the black belt for Devious. Devious is looking to get this Ocho killed, but back-to-back Frost is going to say nope.
Ocho, a little bit chilly tonight.
Giving Devious that cold shoulder.
Yep. And Plebus heading right to Volcano, whereas Devious is heading towards Ice Cave, it looks like.
Devious is back at the start of the river system, post-Crescent.
Ugh.
Because Devious wiped on the river system to this encounter because the Ocho's having Frost.
Because river system is doing rude things that the river system does.
Yep, it's river system being river system.
Yep.
That's the only way you can really put it. But there is at least one level 4 charge for Devious online. And you were correct in saying Devious is going to ice.
I was being prescient. Yeah, that's it. I totally just didn't, mistake where he was. And Plebus is finding that those those mud goals hit like trucks made out of smaller, heavier trucks. But he's also about to find those 2 Pro Ring +4s.
Or could it be trains made of trucks?
No, it could be trains transporting small, heavy trucks.
That works too.
Oh god, kill it before it kills us! And he's a little late on at least one of those, though that level 1 life might come into play here, or might be useful.
If you can run...
Oh,
nope,
never
Second
mind.
Frost comes out.
Yeah, this I would be saves coming my way through, no questions about it.
I would agree here, because... yeah, this is not a good set of river encounters.
Arr, I hate the rivers and everything in it.
And there we go. There's the safe scumming starting.
Yep. I haven't paid attention too much to how the encounter table is after the hard reset, so I don't know how viable it is to do if you're going to be doing a power cycle or just doing soft resets, but You know,
I mean, as it stands right now, Power Cycle has a decent run on it. There are the images on Pleb's side at the Gerworm tile.
oh god, kill it with fire. Please kill it with fire. So, images actually were just punching, not doing anything horribly rude like the last few times I've seen them.
Yeah. Nice hit for one to get the kill.
I love it.
Alright, Devious gonna check the first encounter. That's a really long run.
That is actually a fairly decent size run. Ooh, that's either absorbent or dodgy, because that Masa +4 hitting once for 76, not so good.
More dodgy than absorbent.
All right.
Now this is an encounter that I can get down with.
Mummies and jerkbirds, and they're just punching right now. That's a good sign.
That's a very good sign, and this could be what allows Devious to get to level 10, which I imagine after Devious hits 10, then it's just a straight dive down in ice.
Alright, that's 10 on the Black Wizard, or Black Mage, and drop in one of his 2 houses, so yep, he's running it now. Alright, and Plebus has gotten a couple of kills on those Mudgalls, and is just off and running. He's at, 200 hit points almost on that fighter. 3 hits already with that Masa for 400 damage. And the mages are just slapping at it.
It's actually what you're looking for.
And then he's lost at least the little bit he had there, because, yeah, and Plebus is going, that's too risky right now. I am not going to deal with it. Let's go play in an ice cave, because that has no risks.
None at all.
No.
None whatsoever.
Perfectly safe place to go.
It's a very comfy place.
Yes, this is a perfectly wonderful and safe place to be. It's made of candy. Alright, Devious doing the standard warp trick. Ship in ice!
You called it. I was going to say something about it being rock candy, but no, that would make more sense for Earth. This is a very good tile as well.
Yeah, he did get jumped, but, they're not hitting overly hard. They're not casting. They're not absolutely tearing him apart.
I mean, I like it.
Yep. Alright, Devious checking that one tile and then deciding, I don't want to check anything else in here. I'm out.
Well, I mean, there's no real reason to outside of if you want to get armor for the fighter.
Well, I was thinking mostly the spike tiles. Because, there were, let's see, there's the 2-room and the 6-pack room that had 2 more spike tiles, and then there's the other one on the incentive floor. And the actual, the vanilla eye tile that he didn't check. So that's, 4 potential spike tiles he just noped out on.
Yeah. However, I could also see Devious looking more towards an overworld grind.
With that run off the hard reset, though, that's a bit of a long run.
It is. I do agree with that. Because the only other option I could see Devious going with is a Topher grind, and even that would take a while to do. The best encounter that you're going to get there is the 4 green dragons.
Yeah, I mean, he could also just go check the Hall of Giants and see what's flying about there, too.
Yeah.
Walk 2, level 5, kind of a good thing to... It's a good spell to have. Getting absolutely nothing out of that armor shop. Now, is he going to remember to take care of the poison on that poor black mage, or is he just going to let it die off?
Considering that he hasn't taken care of it yet, I'm wondering if he's just going to let it die off.
He's going to torture the black mage. He's going to bring it back up to full health and then just walk around with it poisoned and just let it, let it keep suffering bit by bit.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, stun touch. That's vanilla.
Yeah, ghouls doing ghoulish things.
That's totally not something that a lot of vanilla runners have lost a run to.
Nope, nope, not at all. It's totally not one of the reasons why I absolutely despise Ice Cave because of, undead with stun touch
It's sorcerers with death touch.
and yeah. Alright, and Titan Stroke tonight playing out with nothing.
Unfortunate, because having a loosened Titans is always a good laugh.
Yeah, well, there have been a few races that have been decided by that.
Yeah, there have so far this tournament. That's a tail, though,
Alright,
off of Sarda.
old man giving some tail out. That's might disconcerting. Yeah, I found this rat that was trying to get into my food stores. I killed it. Here, you can have the tail now.
I don't know what to do with it.
Can't use it to floss anymore.
Pleb getting bounced out of ice, but jumping right back in. As Devious heading over to Earth Cave. This is gonna be a thing. Here we go.
Running right on over to the Hall of Giants, finding a bunch of mages. Throw a fighter in there and it's great. Just the mages, nope. And the Grey Worms.
And mages, not all that great.
Yeah.
Heading down to the Earth Elemental tile down here in the southern rooms. Here we go. What are we gonna have here?
Nothing. Oh, Frosty.
Frost Dragon.
Yeah, and he has decided, you know what? Nope. All right, I'm gonna let the Black Mage live. We're just gonna make a dive. I don't hate this plan.
This is a pretty good idea because, I mean, the rod's already in hand, and we know that the incentive item is going to be behind the gating of Earth. So, who knows really what this will have? There's still so much to be found.
Yep. And there's at least the one guaranteed key item that's going to be somewhere on Earth 4.
Was that Wraiths with Lit 3?
I did not see. I was busy watching Devious's screen.
Because I just saw Pleb get bounced out of ice again, and I'm pretty sure that those were Wraiths with Lit 3.
Oh my. Alright, well, here we see the evil of the seed, I guess.
Yeah. It was bound to come at some point.
Yep. And it looks like Pleb is potentially going to either be heading back to resupply at Crescent Lake or maybe going to try those Mudgalls again. Looks like the Mudgalls.
Could also be getting ready to attempt a full-on dive of Volcano.
I doubt it at this point. He has 39 heal pots left. And yeah, I think at this point he's probably going to try and get at least some more levels on that fighter. Oh no, he is actually going for the dive, or at least driving on down to Agama Floor to check and see if there's anything loose down there.
That's a good play too. Dark Twinge, thank you very much for confirming that. Those were Lit 3 Wraiths.
You. Right, cash
right.
and cash and harm 3 axe and cash.
And trolls.
Now, I would check these spike tiles as well because, and more cash, just because it's, well, potential varieties.
Yeah, I mean, there are 2 tiles that can be checked. One of them normally has the Wizogre formation, if I remember correctly, and then the other one is the Sphinx formation, 1 to 2 Sphinxes.
Alright, money and money out of the first 2 chests on the Agama floor.
DV is heading down to the bottom left room. More money, a bat.
Oh!
The floater!
And a ribbon!
That is massive.
Alright, Earth Cave paying out hard.
Devious is in a very, very good spot here.
And those raids really have... They did a number on Plebus, because if they hadn't knocked him out twice, he could, get in this ship, get the same stuff going, but Wraiths being rude and just, oof.
There's always that that potential, but instead, no. This time, the ship absolutely necessary in order to get that floater.
Yep. just some more cash in Volcano.
As Devious approaches the speed bump,
Yep.
punches Fire 2 and a fast.
Oh, fast actually going off before the swing even.
Here we go. Glitch responding with Fire 2 of its own, but the swing.
Ooh-wee.
6 for 6, 46.
Yeah, that Moss is doing some work, and that 31 minutes and 9 seconds, we have the first orb lit by Devious. Yeah, Lich was definitely holding the goods tonight.
Yeah, no kidding there. It's also not going to be long before Devious has everything necessary figured out and can just go.
Now, you get the floater out of ice, you've got the speedboat, you've got the canoe. Do you go do ordeals first, or do you actually just go get the floater turned in?
I would go get the floater turned in because that... I mean, you don't face encounters when you're in the airship. So you're, in theory, going to save more time just by flying around to get all this stuff done.
Yeah, but you're going to have to walk to get to ordeals. So you're going to have the increased encounter rate of overland travel. And, you know, the reduced speed of, well, walking. See, I'm in ordeals first person, so...
I can definitely understand that.
That being said, I am also, 0-1 right now. So, your mileage may vary.
I mean, I'm 0-1 as well, but that was because of my own mistake of trying to play too safe. Alright, Plebe taking on Carry 6 hits, 703 with a fasted fighter swinging that Mazza. Red Mage goes down. Fighter swings 6 for 866. Carry 1 is down.
Yeah. Carrie took out the wrong two people. She needed to try and hit that fighter before the fighter hit her too hard, but Carrie did no good. Alright, so...
Fortunately, I think Plebe knows that he has to go into ice in order to be able to progress. Devious, though, gonna check the Cardia Isles. I like this play.
I'm wondering if he's going to go promote and lean into the fighter, or if he is actually going to go black belt strats.
This one's kind of a tough call, because you can lean more into the fighter with that Mazza being what it is, but at the same time,
yeah,
with leaning more into the black belt, you don't have to worry about your armor situation quite as much.
You still do have to find a place to grind that black belt, though, and that's the rub. Yep. And Devious has skipped over, at least 4 or more known spike tiles, or different spike tiles, I should say.
4 in ice, and the 2 in earth, so that's already 6.
Yeah, so that's, like, any one of those could have been the Eye or the Agama, and... yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of a tough call to make right now.
It really is. I will agree with that. And the thing is right now is, if he did promote, he does have at least one ribbon that, if he does decide to lean into the black belt, he could toss the ribbon on that, and then toss a gold Cheerio on there. I know it's not going to have the full 40 to absorb that you would. Well, actually, and then if he tosses a pro ring on, then yeah, that brings him up pretty good, or pretty close to it.
It definitely does. So it's just kind of a coin flip as to what's going to happen.
Frosty Nightmares, dodgy Frosty Nightmares,
Ugh.
Unrunnable like dodgy Frosty Nightmares.
You really don't like seeing that.
Do I have any other spells? Nope.
No ice spells, honestly.
And it looks like he didn't even pick up that life spell on that red mage.
That's a bit of a gamble.
Another nightmare as soon as he walks in the door. Nope, I'm out. Alright, man, Plebus is trying that ice cave dive again. But at least his fighter has a bit more oomph to him now.
Yeah, this is true, and You know, Hate, I was going to say something along the lines of these nightmares are even worse than the nightmare that you and I know of.
Yeah, well, yeah. Because that dead horse is really simple.
Indeed.
Oh, man.
The dodginess of these nightmares is just terrifying.
Yep. And Lock 2 was floating around at level 5. Devious saw it and was like, nah, I don't need this.
As was Brack Zap at level 4.
Yep. Oh no, he does have life on that red mage.
And both of those would take them out.
Yep. I mean, at this point, given that you can't really do anything, I would be using those invis items and shoveling some potions down that fighter's throat.
Well, you know, a crit for 185 helps substantially to get past.
Yep.
The only downside is having to chug down those heal pots afterwards, but as long as you make it through, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's the big thing there. And more undead. Silly mummies.
Fortunately, this undead's tame. The undead that plebs having to deal with, not
so much. Yeah. Oh god, wraiths.
Here we go. Out of bounds bat on Devious' side. There's Lit 3 coming out from the wraiths.
And there's that magma tile. He escapes.
Oh.
He loses one, and we've got the chime from the robot.
That's pretty good because...
All I can say on this is, oh no.
This...
Oh.
Well, they have mute touch.
Alright, and Plebus has found his ship.
Pleb gonna go ahead and check the 2 chests there, and does Pleb not have exit?
He does not, because his red mage got, well, shocked.
Eaten early. Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh,
these nightmares.
Devious just has to hope for some crits.
These nightmares are just absolute, well, nightmares.
Nightmares.
Nope.
I am 100% with you on that.
Oh, and stone poison. Wonderful.
Well, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. Hey, did you roll this?
Yes, I did.
This is perfect.
At least Devious knows that he's gonna have to go back in there to get that chime.
He does, and that is very good information to have, as, I mean, it's gonna be required.
Yep.
Gotta go into Mirage to get Sky to then kill Tia.
You know, it's bad when he's like, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm gonna go somewhere nice, like the Sea Shrine.
That's when you know it's a bad seed.
Yep.
If C is nicer. The only thing I disagree with on going into C right now is Devious knows that Brack is level 4. Why not go pick that up?
Yeah.
And potentially be able to one-shot Kraken.
Yeah, I mean, I know that he was trying to get some cash together to be able to buy the bottle. But, yeah. He may have just forgotten about the rest of the spells there.
That's a possibility, but we have an experienced pinata of an encounter right here.
Yeah, and they are unrunnable. And we didn't see if the Gershark had anything, but the eye only has punch so far.
I mean, just having punch is a very good thing, and yeah, EXP pinata, 2400 EXP this early on.
Nice.
On level-wise, it's fantastic.
Alright, Plebus has gone back to Provoca and picked up Heal 2 for his red mage because everything hurts.
The Flame Shield +1 for Devious. That is a very, very good find. And does give some protections, specifically resist ice.
Alright, and just some pittance of cash out of the first couple of rooms on the Sharknado floor.
That room with gold and a chopstick, it's a thing.
Yeah.
But another unrunnable Gershark Big Eye encounter here, that's really, really good.
Oh, okay, Gersharks have sleep touch, eyes, the big eyes have poison touch.
So we got double status touch here. Okay.
Yep.
Could be worse. Well, there goes the black belt.
Yeah, it's not stone touch, it's not death touch.
3 hits, 302 though, coming out from that Mazda. That's always nice to see. Nice swing for 38 from the red mage. But with that level 1 life, that's such a godsend.
Yeah, now the only problem is level 1 is also the only damaging spell that they have right now.
Yeah, that is a downside. That is a massive downside. Got it. Hint. And 750 gold down in the bottom left of Sharknado. Going up to the neighboring room.
Ooh.
We see slimes here.
Tosses out just 1 in fire 2, just to be, just because, why not? And gets away before it goes off, so yeah, that's fine.
Coral Sword +2, Lock Sword +3. That's pretty big.
Yep, that is a survival thing for him, and that, if he has to go, or when he goes back into Waterfall.
No loose over here on Kraken side, but there could still be a loose over on Mermaids.
Alright, who gets the Locksword? Alright, let's give the Locksword to the Black Mage. Sure, why not? At least give him potentially something to do.
I mean, something's better than nothing.
Yep.
But coming up against Kraken...
Ooh. Oh boy. Waters hit hard.
Waters hit very hard. Gonna hold on to that life charge, not that I can blame him.
Yeah.
And Pleb is in Earth.
Have to wonder if he's gonna check the chest after he finds the floater, which we know had that ribbon, or if he's gonna go, I am behind, I have had a lot of wipes, I cannot afford to check anything else.
Yeah, no, that's a very good question. I know we'll be fighting out soon enough, but...
Yeah.
I honestly think Pleb's just going to grab that floater and go.
Yeah. I kind of hope that he goes for that one other check because, it's right there. Why not? Okay, he's getting these. He's probably going to check that chest then.
Yeah, more than likely.
Like, he hit the Asher chests. Asher chest as normal paid out. It just happened that it paid out in, 9,000 gold.
Alright, swing comes out against Kraken 1. 4 hits for 169. Kraken 1 retaliating. 8 hits for 550. Good night, Black Belt.
Yeah. Invis items.
2 more attempts at Invis 2. One of them successful.
Ooh.
Red Mage stays alive. 8 hits for 402 coming out from that Mazda. So the second Invis 2 this round comes out. That's 3 stacks of evasion. We're going to go up, or attempt to go up to 5 stacks, which is going to be successful unless Kraken dies here off of the attack. But no. Initiative comes first. 5 stacks of Invis. Swing. 8 hits, 699 damage. That's it for Kraken 1. Devious is up 2 orbs to 1.
Yeah. And now he's gonna go back in, res the black belt again.
Yeah. Reform the party back to normal.
Pop on out, drop a house. Oh no,
No,
realizing I
decided
have
not
one
drop a
house.
Checking money and
Popping
gonna
off the heal
restock on
pots.
heals first. I like that play. That
Yeah.
was a well-made play.
Yeah.
Now,
And
Devious is not going back in.
I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna get my chime, I'm gonna grump.
So was the floater the first loose found? I imagine so, but...
no, actually neither of the loose have been found. The
no,
incentive
floater's
in
not loose.
Yeah, the incentive in Earth is behind gating.
Yeah. I'm still not used to it being behind gating.
Yeah. Now, does he take the time to check one chest up?
He does, but he hits the tile, which is a Frostwolf tile. This is not a bad experience tile.
Yeah, especially since they've got between 90 and 134 hit points.
Yup. And if 1 Fire 2 doesn't kill him, 2 definitely will.
Yeah, that's actually almost not a bad spot. And got that ribbon. You can hear the sigh of relief.
I could see the sigh of relief.
And looks like the Nightmares did their thing to Devious again.
Yup.
He's like, I see them, I'm not even gonna bother, I'm just resetting.
The problem is that it looks like the Nightmares are fairly common on this encounter table.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen, of course, the Mud Goal encounter as I start talking about it, or
The Ghastly.
Ghastly, or Paralisks.
Now, I think we'd seen the Paralisk once before, but yeesh. This is,
It's been pretty bad.
Alright, good. Locksword.
So with 1 Nightmare, not as big of a deal. With the 2 Nightmares, I can understand resetting out of that.
Yeah. Oh. Well, a couple of statues, a bit more XP.
Yeah, but this kind of leads into the problem of no Locksword.
Oh, that's fine. You can move the Locksword, or you can, bring the statues back out.
True.
He's got a couple others. And moving that Locksword up to the Red Mage, who is holding on to that ribbon.
Good move, Devious.
Alright, and Pleb is out after having killed Lich.
Evening up the orb count, Pleb with the floater. Able to go over to Ryukon Desert and unearth that airship. There's the Agama tile again for Devious.
Poison Touch
Poison
Agamas.
Touch.
Yeah. Less than 480 hit points, though.
And there's the Chime. Devious does need to check the rest of these chests. Opal Armor +2. Very, very good armor.
Brocade.
Pro Cape. And a heal potion.
Alright, so no loose there, so he still has not checked pretty much the entirety of the right side of Sea Shrine, including the first floor.
Yeah, and this also gives way to Mirage, but correct me if I'm wrong here.
Nothing in
Mirage
Mirage.
isn't going to have a loose.
Yeah. So let's...
And Ordeals won't have a loose.
Nope, it will not, and he checked all of, excuse me, all of the Cardias.
And you and I both know that Volcano won't have a loose.
Yeah.
So there's a very high chance here that one of the loose is in right side of C.
If not
and it could
both.
Be oh, yeah, that's true. But we haven't seen the bottle purchased until now either, so we don't know what the bottle is holding.
Yeah, it looks like Plebus also picked up the bottle earlier, because he has no cash.
Yep, Devious just picked up the bottle as well. And...
Plebus is going to get his promotion on.
Yup. I like this play.
I can't blame him for doing it. He has no reason not to promote.
Indeed, Devious going straight to Gaia. Here we go. We're going to see what this bottle gives. What are you expecting, Hate?
Let's see a slab.
I would like to see herb to crown to slab.
I think I would prefer to see slab to herb. Yeah, slab to herb to key.
The loose and key locked.
Mm-hmm. Loose in, I would say key locked marsh, but it can't be there. So let's say loose in... Lunaria is too easy to get to. Elfland's too easy.
Northwest Castle.
Loose in TFC.
Loose in TFC. Yeah. Right as you started the statement, that's when my brain went, no, you're being too kind.
Ooh, sold that opal armor so he could pick up some silver Cheerios.
I kind of like the play on that.
Well, also so he could pick up another pro ring that the black mage can't use. Alright, pro cape on for, or not pro cape, but the black shirt on for Plebus.
Flame and ice resistance.
Yep.
And here we go. We're about to find out what the bottle is going to yield. The fairy may not be there yet, but suddenly she appears, and it's the Adamant.
Alright.
We could have a fetch quest chain starting here.
Do you want a fetch quest? I'm sending
Maybe.
you on a fetch quest.
Alright, looks like Devious is going to go ahead and check these.
Yeah, he's checking the overworld. Because he doesn't have the cube. Ugh.
Alright, red Ankylos. Soft reset into regular Ankylos.
Alright, so the southeast portion of the desert seems to be Ankylo territory. A single sandworm on the 4th encounter. That's not worth.
Nope. But let's go here to the southeast side.
Our southwest side, we find a single Tyro.
Or yeah, southwest. Why did I get them backwards? I did it last time as well.
I do that all the time.
Directions are hardened, okay?
Yeah. I said Weast.
East? I thought you said Weast.
Alright, so just some regular Tyros going up to the northwest to check and see if there's anything better there. Plebus is about to enter into the hell that is Waterfall.
But Pleb also has the black shirt that can be used against those nightmares as they are weak to ice.
Yeah, except the black shirt is a rub shirt.
Ah, that's right. That's right. It could still connect.
Oh, he did pick up Ice 2 at level 3, though, so... Oh, there's a blue steak.
That is a delicious, delicious steak.
530 hit points, 560 hit points, approximately 600, so between 600 and 1200 hit points.
Yeah, we'll find out probably next encounter as to how much they really have. And follow up the encounter with steak and wings? Yes, please.
Oh man, those Tyros are also pretty thick there. They have at least 500 hit points.
So over 500 now. So I'm thinking they probably have about 600. Goodbye, Black Mage.
Oh boy. Well, somewhere between 500 and 1,000.
Yep.
Not a very narrow range.
It's about as good as the T-Rex range.
Yeah. These dinosaurs are a bit thick, I think.
Well, we might be able to find out.
Okay, so less than 800.
Under 770 HP, but more than 500.
Yeah, less than 800 because there was a 72 or a 28 hit from the red mage first.
Yeah.
All right, giving that Masa to the black belt and stripping everybody else.
It is time to watch the black belt go brr.
I'd say it's more of given the length of time between that first encounter.
Yeah, you got 2 hits for 24 on one. That is so good.
I will slap you. Yeah, okay, so about 3 rounds to take that T-Rex down.
That was 4 rounds,
oh.
But
many rounds.
It's still pretty bad.
Yeah. Alright, looks like he's given that fighter some gear and letting okay, I shouldn't leave my black belt alone until he's 21. So, you never want to leave your black belt alone until they're, old enough to survive by themselves.
Yeah, at least 21 for sure.
2 hits, 516.
3 for 283 there from the Coral Sword, and then the Mazza Swing takes it down, putting the black belt up to
17.
17.
17,
I
yeah.
think.
19 was the fighter.
Yeah. Which, as soon as he's ready to have the black belt go down, that fighter is going to be doing so much damage with the Mazza.
Yeah.
4 hits, 504. That's pretty good, too.
Alright, 20 and 19. Keeping them both
He's
up right now, which I do not hate the decision to do so. It makes a whole lot of sense.
I agree with this. Pleb using Bane on the Sahagan pack.
Yeah, Bane putting in some work on him, too.
Absolutely. We very well may see our third orb-lit here for Pleb as Devious is getting this black belt online.
Yeah, slowly but surely. That long run off the hard reset it's painful to see.
Yeah, it's what hurts this the most right now. 3 for 442 though. Pretty good swing.
Yeah, the black belt's hitting pretty well with that Masa, but
they have over 950 HP.
Yeah.
That's not good.
All right, so his hard reset came at 5712. Let's see where the encounter comes up at.
It's 718.
So about 6.5 to 7 seconds before you find the first T-Rex.
Well, this is a dream scenario.
Yeah, the black belt actually survived, and the fighter, well, didn't.
Fighter got crit for 421.
Alright, now let's see how well and the black belt dodges. Ooh, but not dodging well enough.
And slain.
Yeah. This is the risk of this specific grind right now. Because these T-Rexes hit hard and are stupid thick.
Yup. And if you get crit by them, you might as well say goodnight.
Yeah. Not even just crit. He got hit with a regular attack for 150.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's 24 with Black Mage Vitality. He's only got 438 hit points right now. He's taken about 3-4 rounds to kill him. So this is a bit of a risky thing.
This is a very risky thing, but it also may end up going to because of that Black Mage Vitality. But on an encounter like this, after you hit 32, and you can more than likely get it down in 2 turns unarmed, it's not entirely a bad play. As we've pointed out, the only downside being that distance in time.
Yeah, because like right there, he wiped again. That's another 14 seconds, spent just to get to the second one, or get back to the encounter.
Yeah, because it's a grand total of 7 seconds to actually get into the encounter. And Pleb's just working on getting that third orblet to be that little bit more ahead, while Devious is just trying to get that black belt going.
And he's burning houses at a rather high rate, and he's going to do the test swing without the Masa to see how it goes.
Against the Tyro, so he did not power cycle this one.
Probably a smart move. So 800 hit points or so on those Tyros. Took a couple of rounds to drop them. Seems like he's actually going to take a couple of red stakes.
You like this idea?
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. Take some of the easier ones to get a little bit more XP, maybe get another level or so before you start trying to go back for the blue stakes, who are made of meat and pain.
Well, I also am pretty sure that Devious just did a power cycle after getting those 2 regular stakes, which...
4 hits, 416.
I did end up guessing that correctly.
6 hits, 542. Ooh, boy.
So that's 957, and it still didn't go down.
Yeah, those things are definitely quad-digit. Like 4-digit plus hit points.
Yeah. I like that pun, by the way, Classic Gamer. Because Devious just ran into that critical problem again, but if he did not get enough damage off of the crit.
Yeah, this is... It's working slowly, but I'm kind of not a fan of it, honestly.
Yeah, because this has been very drawn out, where Pleb has just been making progress consistently here.
Yeah.
As Kraken goes down with a swing from the Mazza for 490, or not 400, 596 damage. Let me add an extra 100 to that to make it the proper amount.
For many lots.
Yeah.
Many lots seem to be a bit evasive. Oh, and they're bruising themselves.
Did I just hear you correctly?
Yep.
Wyverns have ruse.
Wyverns have ruse that comes after their after their fire 2 and their ice 2.
Oh, this is a scary situation right now for Devious.
Yeah, he's gonna die here.
Maybe.
Oh my.
5 HP. He gets it. Oh no.
Right, first loose is the loot in Sea Shrine 1. Now, he did not check the rest of Sea Shrine, which could prove to be bad, because the other loose could still be down on there. Or could still be down on the mermaid side.
Yeah, even still, that's really, really big since Devious hasn't gone back to sea.
Yeah, I'm not sure he will be at this point, at least not until it gets to be, well, quite late for him. Alright, looks like Pleb is going to be heading on in to turn in that adamant and see what he gets here. Survey says the cube.
The cube?
Alright.
So, Pleb is a key away from go mode.
Yep.
Devious just hit 32 on the black belt. Gonna go revive everybody. And
where the devil is he go? Oh, he's gonna go turn in the adamant first. Okay. Pleb going to a place where he knows he can actually buy heal pots.
If the key is in Sky,
that's gonna send him on
Pleb is in go mode.
Yeah.
And it could lead to Pleb defeating Devious. It's all going to depend upon how comfortable Pleb feels with his levels. But at the same time, that life 2 at level 6, that's going to be pretty imperative.
Yeah, that's going to be quite useful, and I don't see Devious promoting, so I don't see him getting access to that.
I don't see Devious promoting either.
Alright, and here goes Pleb diving into Sky. What will Sky provide tonight, and why is he checking these chests? I wonder
probably if looking for... Wow, Brain, thank you for stopping. Probably looking for some other gear for the night. Maybe a dragon armor. Could potentially be looking for another ribbon.
I just hope that he doesn't think that there's a loose in Mirage. Oh, well, speak of the devil on that ribbon and the dragon armor. Alright, Sky provides.
I swear I'm not psychic. I swear I wasn't looking into the game to know what we had in Sky.
No. You've already got a ribbon on that one. Thank you. Yep, Sky provides. Were those trancing
those
vampires?
Were trancing vampires.
Oh, God. Dear vampires, you're undead, not DJs. Please stop. Oh, yada yada. Now, there is one flag that I think I personally would have liked to see put on for this one, just as a runner.
Trance Elemental?
Trance's status element, yes. Because that is something that our devs put on there, and I am so very glad for it, because I despise Trance so hard right now.
Trance's status element would have been quite interesting. Here we go. It's the
It's a
slab in sky.
All right.
But Devious still does not have that loot. Devious has not gone back to C yet to pick up that loot. We still don't know where the key is. Could the key potentially be the other loose?
It's either going to be the other loose or it's going to be at Lefane. And if the key is the other loose, it's going to be in C Shrine.
I don't think it would be at Lefane necessarily, because it could be behind the crown, it could be behind the herb.
Okay, yeah, it could be something coming from Lefane at least. Just like, you know, coming from, basically on the quest chain from Sky.
But yeah.
Oh, Cerberus have mute touch, it seems, as well.
Unrunnable air elementals here on the Bridge of Destiny for Devious.
Ugh. I see something unrunnable here. I'd rather see the unrunnable War Mech.
I would love to see the unrunnable War Mech.
Speaking of which, Robot Chicken, Robot Chicken.
I was about to say, let's see if we can will that into existence here.
Alright, Pleb about to get his slab.
Slab.
Robot Chicken!
Robot Chicken!
Woo!
And we're going to get a fight against the Robot Chicken. Fast going out on both the Black Belt and the Fighter.
7
2 hits for 286 damage coming from War Mech.
4 hits,
4 hits for
316.
316. Here we go. Round 2. Tempers going out on both. 13 hits, 491. That's it for the Robot Chicken.
Alright, so Robot Chicken has about 1,000 hit points. Not too bad.
So, we're looking at a vanilla Robot Chicken.
Ish, yeah. Except it wasn't going nuclear, 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 nuclear.
This is true.
Much to my chagrin.
The unrunnable air elementals again for Devious right before Tia.
5 hits for 945 out of that Masa. That's... whew, doggy.
To make the quote that I love to make, that's a lot of damage!
Right, and we've got Pleb going on to the Robot Chicken area. Come on, Robot Chicken. Come on, Robot Chicken.
Let's see if we can get double Robot Chicken.
That would be nice. Okay, so he's
Double
not in the
fast
same part of the
going out.
encounter table.
Robot Chicken!
Hot damn.
But he's gonna run.
Oh, alright, now he's on the same part of the encounter table that Devious was on. And,
Yep, so here before
yeah.
too long he'll get the unrunnable airs, but Devious has that air orb lit. Just
Alright.
needs to get the fire orb. And then
the loot.
get the loot and the key.
He just needs to find his loose items. Which
We
he
know
is...
where one of them is. Pleb knows where one of them is.
Yeah, he is
Devious
gonna dig out the rest of Volcano.
and be severely disappointed.
Yep. Alright, here comes that Tia fight for Pleb. Swing, 4 hits, 362, not bad. Temper going out after the fact, because why not? Tia, 1 hitting like a kitten, only doing about 147 damage to that Black Mage. Tempers, and a swing.
I'm surprised we're not seeing Bane strats here.
He's got that Masa, he's just going for the straight damage. 540.
I mean,
And this'll be
Tia's not long for this world.
Oh, wow.
Next round should clear it.
I'm honestly surprised Tia survived that 3rd strike.
I'm not entirely surprised because she has quite a bit of HP, honestly.
Right there.
I think
Oh
she
my
can add
goodness.
up to-
16 hits for 1867. Yeah, okay, that's enough.
I mean, that's a one-shot with the scaling that we have.
Yep. Alright, Pleb's got his last orb lit. He just has to go find that key, and he's gonna be in go mode.
Alright. So, hey,
Let's see here.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I think it's gonna be in the slab chest.
I could see that happening pretty easily. And we'll find out, we'll know soon enough if it's going to be one of the loose items, because if this turns into turns into the herb or the crown, and either one of those turns into one of the buff items, the cure stick or the ruse stick or the power bonk,
But
then
isn't there Ruse stick the Invis 2 stick?
No. That is
Okay.
another stick that just happened to roll in
Oh,
Viz 2.
that was either the mage or the wizard stick then,
Yeah.
or the heal stick.
Yeah. It's another one that just happened to roll in Viz 2. Can't park on the mountains, pleb. Much
Sure
as
you
I
can.
try. Oh, wrong eye. Wrong eye.
That's the left eye, not the right eye.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, as expected, Devious did full clear Volcano, finding nothing, where Pleb is just moving right along.
Alright, here we go. What is the Lefanish NPC going to give tonight?
Survey says, crown.
It's the crown. Alright, we're into another fetch quest. Here we go.
Alright, so crown
Well,
is going to be one of the terminal items. Because
as
the
much
herb
as
will be the other terminal item, and then there will be a loose item somewhere. Now that herb
Yeah.
could be could be the loose item.
that is possible. It's really going to depend upon what we see from the Astos fight.
Yeah.
And Devious just dispatching of Carrie like she's literally nothing because she really was.
Yeah, well, high level black belt, that's gonna be enough. Alright, let's see what the kindly old king has. Survey says herb.
Herb. It is not a loose herb, unfortunately, but here we go. Is the herb going to yield the vanilla key? We're about to find out.
Alright, Devious looks like he's heading back into Sea Shrine to dig out that other side.
Here we go.
Survey says? It was a little early, that's what it says.
Here we go. Survey says the roost stick.
Alright. Key is loose.
Have either of them done ordeals?
No, they haven't. Key could be in ordeals. Speaking of the devil. Alright, there's that loose loot. Does Devious continue to dive down through...
Fudge, we don't know if key is loose just yet because ordeals has not been done. If it is here in ordeals, then this could be
It's gonna be a real tight one.
a thing. Yeah, this could be extremely tight because Devious is now heading
Heading
to
to go get
check.
his crown.
Yep.
And this is going to determine how this maze plays out as well. Is also going to show, or going to be a determining factor, because if it's a rude maze, that might cause some problems, but it doesn't seem to be so far.
So far, it's been very kind. Here we go. We're going into the part that usually is rude,
Yep.
but let's
They've
have a
got
little
more.
break beforehand. Okay. That was the Womp, unfortunately, but not the end of the world. As you had said, warp was had.
Yeah. And he's got plenty more warp charges. I think he's kosher. All right,
Yep.
there's that crown.
And here is the last set of pillars.
I can't remember if that one was a womp or not.
That one is not.
Okay.
At least I
No,
thought
it
it
was.
wasn't.
Yeah, no, that one was.
Nope, it was.
All right.
So third pillar was the correct one for the four-way split.
No, I'm not sure if it was, because he went to the 6 room, and this is that same... Yeah, okay, it was third pillar.
So the vanilla pillar ended up being the correct pillar.
Oh, no, Devious. Or Pleb. Alright, here comes Devious with that Astos fight, i.e. that Astos Annihilation. Okay, so the 6 room to the 2 split room above it. And now, does he remember if he took upper or lower? Alright, he took upper last time.
He does.
Ugh. Zombie D's
Zombie
busted
D's
out
was
slow immediately.
That's disgusting. Alright, this is going to determine whether or not the key is loose. This is where I'm actually kind of scared.
And you can hear Devious going, I'll take the ruse stick. Not what I was wanting, but I'll take it.
Quad
X
X stick
staff.
as
Nice.
the other stick.
I do not know why he's checking all these chests, but oh my god,
gosh.
it's a loose key in Mermaid side.
There we go.
Let's see the key. I'm thinking TFC North.
I'm thinking bottom left TFC.
Nah, that one's one that people route in easily enough. TFC North, though, a lot of people have tended to fade that one because it's just kind of an annoyance
Guarded
to
by
get
bubbles.
to.
I like classic gamers thinking.
As long as they carbonate her to get it, that's all I care.
I'm with you there.
Remember, folks, make sure your mermaids are properly carbonated.
That coming from the person that was on Bubbles Soda Company.
Hey, that's why our sodas are never flat, always carbonated.
Exactly. So, loose loot, loose key. Hey, you rolled something magnificent.
I am happy. And we haven't even seen Topher yet.
We have not seen Topher yet at all.
I think right now I am quite literally leaning back in my chair, smiling. I am horrible.
Oh, I can't blame you. I would be too.
Yeah, right, there's the power bonk for Devious.
I think Pleb is just going to book it straight to Mermaids, check the highest chest density, and then come back.
He's gonna hit these. Hit these chests up. He'll be hitting the lower lat. Oh no, he isn't. Yeah, he is just booking straight to Mermaids.
It's not a bad play, but if the
Oh, hi Xcal.
Bye, Xcal.
No, the black mage or the red mage can swing Xcal.
Well, never mind. Hi, Xcal.
And Devious going in to get his promotion on.
You know, this is the point in which I kind of agree with this.
I kind of would say just lean into the black belt at this point, and unless you actually have the stuff to swing and equip, I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, true. Alright, we're coming up to Bubbles' chest here very shortly.
Another katana.
Yep, the other katana. Bubbles gets carbonated.
Thank you, Plebus.
Sure.
Nothing.
No key.
There it is.
There's the key.
I can hear Pleb swearing from here. Because he popped in, he grabbed the loot and just immediately noped out, and if he had just kept going, he'd be a go. But, oh well. At least both runners made the same mistake.
Yes, but Devious is going to have a much better time, per se.
Potentially. I mean, his black belt did stop at 32, so it's not full-on murder machine.
Yeah, and with the Black Mage Vitality growth, it's definitely not as high on HP as you would like it to be.
Only 640 hit points at level, 32 plus.
Yeah, that's definitely nuclear, easy kill.
Yeah. That is danger territory.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I do agree with Chad Burton chat. It was the right call to leave mathematically because the time to get those fights was so long and the fights themselves were very risky. I honestly would have potentially gone back to, gone back to the Hell of Waterfall and dealt with that just to get to that Agamatile. And
I'm with you on this one.
I did not notice if the WizZag had Blizzard Classic Gamer. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, there's a very good chance that we'll find out here with Plebe being in Topher.
Yep.
Now.
Hi, Gasties. My guts.
Reminder, harm does nothing unless you have a white mage.
Yep. It's kind of funny. Devious and Pleb had pretty much exactly the same routing on checking the chests in Sea Shrine. Devious, bad Devious. He looked at Bubbles and didn't carbonate her. Like, he stopped and looked at her and then walked away.
Classic Gamer, you are correct. Wizzahags do have Blizzard.
All right.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah. And Devious is in go mode now. So time to see how much Topher's gonna toph.
That's the question at this point. It's a scary situation here.
Yep.
Chat already calling. RNG will not be kind.
Well, let's see how it all plays out here.
We shall soon find out. As Pleb is already on Lich's floor with an unrunnable encounter right off the bat.
Ugh.
Gonna try the Rub Shirt instead of Quad X.
You can't quad X columns anyways.
I mean, I would go the Quad X just because it still is useless, but higher level, technically. Yeah. Oh, Sunbro68 hoping for the Devil Topher. I like this play. I like the play of hoping for the Devil Topher.
Trying to figure out what he can do against these things, because unrunnable Earths, calling Lord Fizzlebeef. Calling Lord Fizzlebeef, we have unrunnable Earths in Topher.
I mean, is this even randomized with the unrunnables? Because they're vanilla unrunnable. Just saying.
Man.
I won't go into details on the vanilla unrunnables in Topher because there are too many of them, and yes, I do know them all.
Yeah. Man, and those elementals just eating through those resources that Pleb has.
Yeah, and Devious stopped to grab some extra resources as well, which was a very good move. What's with all of these unrunnables?
Egads.
So many unrunnables.
Yeah. At least they're not as bad as those nightmares were.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with that. Could be a mini grind.
It does look like it is.
Yep. Seems to be that way.
I don't hate it. Get everybody else a little bit of extra levels.
Alright, we got the High Lich by Lich from Pleb, so one of my favorite things to do in the game. And we didn't see a nuke out of Lich 2, which is good. Otherwise, I would have to call into question if it's randomized.
Yep. Alright, and we see Carry 2 coming up here.
Devious went ahead and exited out after taking that mini grind, and
it makes sense. Save those levels, and then just make the walk back in.
Absolutely. Here we go. Carry 2 coming up. We got Fast and Temper coming out. Swing goes out beforehand. 4 hits for 348. And then 8-7-30. She's dead.
Nice. Alright, Devious is breaking the loot plate and making his way on down now. Where we have, hey, at least the seafood party platter can be run from.
Say that Pleb's making his way downtown?
Well, Pleb's making his way down down the sea floor, and Devious is making his way on down to Earth floor.
Now the question is going to be, how bad is this Gatekeeper going to be? Or are we going to have a full-on Gatekeeper?
You, Black Mage, you go up and potentially take a punch. Alright. Fast and Temper going out before the swing, and down goes the Black Mage, doing what it was expected to do, which was be an ablative meat shield.
Nice 4 hits for 531, though.
Yep.
Just gotta hope that this Red Mage survives.
Oh, Lucky Inferno.
Third swing, 7,976. That's gonna do it.
Alright. And Devious is caught on those Earths. Alright, almost on to Tiamat. Burning that Life 2 charge to bring that Black Mage back up. Or Black Wizard
Like
at this
it.
point. Yeah.
I like it. Conserves resources. We got Roost coming out. We got Temper.
And Fast
and
as well.
There's the Fast. I was like, wait for it.
And Lightning 2 coming out from Tiamat, doing some chip damage, nothing too big. Ruse Stick going out. We've got 1 stack of Temper and, well, 1 Fast on it, because only need 1 Fast. Swing, 18 damage. You best get some lock going on. 4 hits, 290 on that Black Mage. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, lots of Lock 2 gonna be coming out. Oh, well, there we go. There's a complete and total reversal. And Ice 2 is going to kill off both the mages.
No.
That is not a good situation. 7 hits for 988, though, is going to terminate Tia 2. It's man mode
Alright.
for Pleb here.
Ugh.
And he did not stop back in Canaria to pick up life.
Oh, no. Yep, he's got Ruse, he's got Power Bonk, and he's got Hope. That's pretty much it at this point. Hopefully he's got enough potions to top off as well.
Good old High Lich, By Lich, and now High Carry, By Carry.
Yep.
Alright. Pleb does make it through. He is on Chaos's floor.
Alright, bringing it on up to Chaos.
We are waiting for this Chaos now. Lock Sword going on to the Knight.
Going down to slot 3 for crit loop potential. Alright, Ruse coming out once. 1 hit, 112. Alright, Ruse coming out again. Lit 2 for 20. Nothing big there. Second Ruse stack on. Third Ruse stack. Alright, no more punching. Ink from Chaos. Alright, and it's time for sabering. Oh my goodness.
Nuclear!
Heal pot strats. Ooh boy, crack. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh! Ink, nuclear, crack, nuclear.
Well, that is a skill list. And, where's he heading to? Gonna go check the spike tiles? Gonna go check the spike tiles.
Yep, and with that, Devious is in the lead.
Wow.
Oh man.
That
That is unfortunate.
That double nuke hurt.
That double nuclear was disgusting.
Yeah.
That was painful.
Alright. Sees those spike tiles are garbage, resets to be right back here, and looks like he's probably going to go... he was thinking about checking the spike tiles in Toflock, but maybe he's going to go to Corneria and pick up life for that night. Let's see.
Yeah, I think if he had done that at the start, he would have been much better off.
Yeah. Alright, and... oh, he's going for this.
Is there something here at level 3 white for the night?
He was hoping to pick up Bruise, I'm guessing, but... Alright, Devious through Tiamat onto Chaos floor.
And here we go. We're about to have a fight starting between Devious's party and Chaos. Looks like the Black Mage is... or... is that... I forget what Devious's other character is.
Black belt, black mage.
It's Black Mage.
Yeah. Bring the black mage back up to potentially get a fast cast out of it, and to have it be used as an ablative meat shield.
Absolutely. And having the extra fast cast means potentially a faster dying chaos, so it totally makes sense. Mashing through all these heal potions, chugging them down as quick as possible, and here we go. Devious versus Chaos, fast going out onto the Master, fast going out onto the Knight. Initiative on the first fast onto the Knight. 5 hits for 611 coming from the Master, 7 for 552 coming from the Knight, 2 hits, 204 onto the Knight from Chaos, but both fasts are out. We are about to have Tempers coming out. First Temper onto the Master goes out. Master punches 13 for 1165, and that's it!
Get your GGs out in chat for DeviousRNG, finishing up this race at 131.33.
GG's to Devious.
And with that, Pleb has also forfeited, which, given the chaos fight he had, I do not blame him.
And there's Devious and Pleb as well. GG's to both of you.
Hey, thanks. GG's.
Yeah, that was
GG, man.
That was a seed. So how about those nightmares?
Yeah.
Those didn't bother me as much as the Lightning 3 race and Ice.
I was going to ask you about that, Pleb. You got bounced out of Ice twice from those Lit 3 Wraiths. How tilted were you after the second one?
Pretty tilted, but I'm like, you know what? I'll just go down and finish up carry, see if there's a loose. Because maybe ship's loose, because it does that sometimes. And then I realized ship wasn't loose, so I had to run back and pray that my black mage stayed alive.
Yeah, that's true. Another one for you, Pleb. You got to the end game, and you actually were ahead of Devious, but you didn't stop to pick up one specific spell. Were you thinking about stopping, going into Topher to pick up life on your Knight?
I didn't see life.
It was at level 1, slot 1.
Oh, I would have finished Chaos really fast if I had life. That would have made it way easier. I knew life 2 was at level 6, so I wouldn't pick that up. And it's like I should be good with one charge if the Black Mage dies before then. I didn't expect Tiamat to wipe out both the red and the Black Mage, so oh well.
So yeah, and with that brings you to 2-0, Devious, and brings you to 0-1, Pleb. What are your thoughts on this?
A loose key, loose loot, same dungeon. Bad seed.
Yeah.
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 I don't know what Pleb did with the loose items, but
Same thing you did.
Oh, did he? Yeah. Last location. I was expecting that fetch quest to turn into the key, and that other loose would be behind the key. At least that was my hope.
That was me too. I was like, okay, I got this. I'm gonna get the key, and then I got Roostick.
Yep. Well, and for those runners there's actually that new meta of picking up both of the entrance rooms before heading out to do Kraken. So that would have been because I think it was in that the loot was in that very first chest on the right, wasn't it?
It was.
Right.
Yeah. So that would have been a smart play.
Now,
And then the key was in the room just southeast of Bubbles.
Yeah. By the way, I did that for you, Hate. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, I saw you look at her and then walk away.
Yep, that was very much for you.
I figured as such. You have flat soda now. I hope you're happy.
Yeah, well, I'm fine. I had a thought. Oh, yeah, you didn't catch why I did my stupid Topher grind. When I picked up life, my knight was at, I think, 30, no, like 23, and needed to get to 25 for their first charge. So
Yeah.
I decided to take the risk and get one more odd level to try to get one life cast in case something happened. Um, and was arguing with myself while I did it because it was a good 2 minutes that, um, as
Oh,
close as this was, definitely could have made the difference.
So I'm going to ask you something here, Devious, because there was another thing you were doing that was eating up anywhere from 7 to 14 seconds. That was your overworld T-Rex grind. You knew
Yeah,
that they had quad digit HP, well over 1,000,
yeah,
and you were getting crit relatively often by
yeah,
them. Um, were you at any point thinking about abandoning that to go towards something else?
all the time. Um, yes, a lot. And you see towards the end, the way that the encounter table was running, encounters 2 and 3 were the same encounter,
Yep.
I believe. So I was hoping that it would be. I was thinking it was 3 in a row, but it ended up being just 2 and 3. So I was kind of hoping for the 3 in a row T-Rex, but saw the steak and wings were 2 and 3 for that region. So towards the end, I decided to do the first 3 encounters to get the 2 steak and wings, which were a higher probability kill with half the experience if it was just a Tyro, and 75% if it was steak and wings. So that whole situation, definitely. I'm interested in what Pleb did, just because,
I didn't.
like, yeah. Well, I mean, because you took the double fighter, which I was like the Massa +4 at the very beginning. I've had a seed like that before, and I knew because usually when you get something like that, it's like that. It's like the first cave of Zelda 1. Like, take this with you. You're gonna need it. Good luck.
It's
And
dangerous to go alone. Take this.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. I was
Nah.
blanking on that line.
I got you, Devious.
Thanks, Sonny. Um, so yeah, so like taking the black belt, I didn't feel confident with the spells that I had because there was no cure spells that I could get through with just the knight, and I had already sold the Opal +3 armor earlier on, for
Oh.
cash, and I was like, okay, I have to end up using this black belt. I have to get it to 32, because a Massa +4 on a knight, regardless of what level, plus a black belt at 32 is going to get through whatever I need in Toph. So I'm not happy with the grind, but it was that or the rock galls that were not very friendly in Volcano early.
Oh,
Once I decided on the grind, I had to go with it.
You committed and just went all the way.
Yeah,
And I definitely respect that.
yeah,
I mean, that grind in and of itself is very good anyway,
yeah,
but it had so much HP this time around, which was unfortunate.
yeah.
But speaking of that Opal
Well, and
+3,
evade. Yeah,
yeah,
it had like I think it was only getting 2 or 3 hits at a time on it, so
yeah.
the evade was not friendly.
But speaking of that Opal Armor +3, hey Pleb,
I
do you
dropped it.
remember what you found on the right side of Mirage 1?
Yeah, dragon armor +3. So I dropped the opal for the dragon armor and a ribbon.
Yep.
Yeah, which I initially was questioning, like, okay, why is he doing these chests? And Sonny was like, I don't know, maybe he's looking for another ribbon or some dragon armor, and right then, dragon armor ribbon.
Literally right after I said it.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
No, when I'm running like fighter parties, if I have a great weapon, that's good. If I have good armor like I had, but I'm missing like I'm not sure because when you get that Mazza +4 early, you're like, yeah, this is gonna be a fun seed. it's all gonna be fun. So I check it for gear, and I only check that armory, and that's it. And if it's bad, because you can reset out of it, it's like 40 seconds tops, depending on encounters. So it's a really quick check, and it's usually pretty stacked in this flag set. So I was quite happy, but
Yeah.
I did not know life was level 1 slot 1. Oh God, I would have finished.
I
I
think the problem is that you didn't remember because you had life on the red mage.
I got life 2 at 6. I didn't see life at level 1. I didn't get life at level 1 on the red mage at all.
I thought you had life 1 at level 1.
Yeah.
No. No, if I had life 1 level, if I knew it was there, I'd have thrown it on the knight.
Ah.
Yeah.
Because that would have got me through even the double nuclear, because I would have been fasted, double tempered, double locked. By the time he came around for a second nuclear, chaos would have been dead because he had like what? I'm willing to bet like 23, maybe 2,500 HP.
It was pretty low. I don't think it was 2 grand. Devious, did you do over 2,000 damage to chaos?
Yeah. My first 2 hits were like 500 or 600, and the third was like 1,200.
1,200. Yeah, so right.
So it
about
was somewhere around the
23.
24, 25. He rolled kind of low.
Yeah.
That's usually that's out of practice. I think I've had one chaos with over 2,800 and like 40 some seeds. So he's not rolling high, but he rolls dangerous.
He does for sure, but it is chaos after all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was no like it was interesting having like fast and temper early, but I think there was an ice 2 or an ice 3 at
Ice
one of
2
the
at level
levels.
3.
Was it? Because the whole time we were in Waterfall, I was beating myself for not picking up the ice 2, because that would have absolutely made the difference.
That didn't make much of a difference. It took 4 casts of ice 2 to kill those things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's better than my 8 casts of Fire 2 and praying to God.
Oh
So,
God.
Yeah. Well, and like since they were super evasive, I was fast casting on my my knight and my black belt, and neither of them could hit.
What the hell was that with the seed? Everything had high evasion.
Yeah.
Tia 2 had high evasion.
Yeah, I don't know.
Most things.
I mean,
I'm totally innocent of it. Totally innocent.
Yeah.
Sharks.
Great hate.
Sharks, everything. It's just we're just really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes like 2 for 2 for just tough seeds of not really feeling confident and having a clear plan of what to do.
At least y'all had access to magic.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't pure
God.
melee. Yeah.
Oh God, if this was a pure melee seed, we'd still be playing.
Yeah.
Oh, I think there was some early harm 3 and like harm 4. So
yeah, harm 3, harm 4 were level 1 as well.
Yeah, had the white mage been in the pool instead of the red mage, because I hate red mages with a passion.
It would have been a completely different story.
Yeah, absolutely, completely different seed.
All right.
Honestly,
Well,
I was kicking myself for not taking the harm spells, getting lightning 3 to death and ice.
yeah. All right. Well, with that, let's go ahead and take a round of final thoughts. So let's kick it off with you, Devious.
I mean, GG's to Pleb. Fantastic run. Very much down to the wire. Yeah, I wish you the best in finishing off the pod. And thank you to Hate for restreaming and comms, and Sonny for jumping in. Seems like he jumped in midway. So thank you, Sonny, for coming in and giving Hate a hand.
Yeah.
And JLo for tracking, of course. Very much appreciate it. I feel like it's the AP crew here that's doing this particular restream, and I feel honored to be the focus of such a restream.
All right, and Pleb, let's kick it on over to you.
Yeah, hey, thanks for restreaming, JLo for tracking, Sonny for jumping in on comms, and Hate for jumping in on comms and restreaming. That had to be a lot of work for you, but and thanks to the community, and I'm looking forward to my next 2 races and hopefully getting into brackets this year, because we're not doing crazy things with the seeds this year, so I'm a little excited to see how it plays out.
That's a fair cop. All right. Well, Sonny, why don't you go ahead and take us on home? And please note, stick around afterwards, as I'm gonna send you on over to RPG Limit Break for the next race already in progress.
Absolutely. Devious, Pleb, GG's to both of you again. That was a very well run race. And JLo, thank you so much for tracking this. Hate, I also want to thank you for letting me jump in 4 minutes after the race had started. Fortunately, there wasn't that much to get caught up on, and that was an absolute blast, man. So thank you for letting me jump in and join you on this. Be sure to follow Devious as well as Pleb. Give Hate a follow as well as JLo. And if you guys feel like following me, well, my Twitch name isn't any different than my Discord name. Be sure to follow the Final Fantasy Randomizer YouTube channel, as we do upload all of our races onto that. And keep your eye on the Final Fantasy Randomizer Discord server, as we're going to have more events coming up. Even after spring tournament, we're more than likely going to be jumping into the next Duckling Derby. So definitely be sure to keep an eye on that. But as Hate said, we're going to be going over to RPG Limit Break for the race of, I believe it's Dark Moon EX versus Tetron. So for our restreamer and my co-commentator, Hate the 13th, our two racers, DeviousRNG and PlebusMaximus32, our tracker, JLo, I'm Sonny Wrath 11. Thank you all for watching this spring tournament race. We'll see you for more spring tournament, and enjoy this race coming up with Dark Moon and Tetron. Have a good night, everyone.